What's up? So today I'm trying something new. We are doing a theory and discussion video on the new footage we received from Sonic Prime. So if you didn't know, this has always been said to be a multiversal series. Even though it's a kid show, you'll get to see different dimensions of like the Sonic universe and different versions of like the Sonic characters. But how does this tie into the generic Green Hill footage they're showing us? So we start with the actual like character introduction we get to Sonic running through Green Hill, where he runs into Big Cat basically. And as stupid as this sounds, I really think we're gonna get like a multiversal Big Cat, just as an introduction to the idea of there being different versions of characters in different dimensions. Big's also gonna be in Frontiers, so Sega's clearly pushing his character again because of the meme culture surrounding him. Like, not even that long ago, they were saying Big is not going to appear in any more Sonic projects. Now, next we see Shadow, and he's basically shown off as an antagonist. Now, we have to assume this for two reasons. Because one, they could either be training, or the most likely option is Shadow just wants to stop Sonic from doing something that would probably harm the multiverse that Eggman is going for. So, hearing from Ian Flynn himself, the writer of the IDW Sonic comics, and the rise of Sonic Boom, and just seeing how Shadow is portrayed in Team Sonic Racing. That's a lot of examples, I know. But each instance he's shown off as an antagonist, in contrast to how he is in SA2, where he eventually goes onto Sonic's side, on like a playful way. So he takes more of a mantle like Vegeta would in Dragon Ball, and it's just how his character's adapted now. So we're losing track, but the main topic here is we see Sonic and Eggman finally fighting, and like an Egg Dragoon, just a normal robot machine. And they're both going for a crystal, and as it shatters, the footage just disappears. And we have to assume that has to do with the multiverse, where Sonic would just accidentally get transported, like in Sonic X, or even just like in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So this is probably where Sonic just goes to an area where he's not familiar with at all. He fights some robots enemies, maybe even finds Tails, another version of Tails, and then he fights the other Eggman. There's different variants. You see the younger ones, one with stars on their like headphones, and the grey beard, and eventually he's able to defeat them, we would say. But something leads into him to get into another dimension, where we would see the concept art of Eggman. Now, none of this has yet been shown off in trailers or clips, and that's because Sonic Prime is going to be in batches. Now, we don't know if everything will be in this first batch. I would safely say maybe all the Eggman stuff that we see here. Amy, it depends, you know? It really does depend. Most of the footage, or well, all the footage we're seeing is probably from episode 1 and 2, which is in 2 parts. And maybe part 2 is the actual multiversal aspect, and part 1 is the setup in Green Hill. But we would have to wait and see. We have barely any footage, and we're just kind of grasping like whatever we can at this point, you know. But I hope this made for a solid theory. I hope you guys can be excited for the show like I am. It looks great. The action looks amazing, and hopefully it'll be a good time.